So here are 8 iPhone 17 concept designs that will blow your mind. No. 8 is the side bezels. So currently, if you look at the iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's got incredibly thin bezels all the way around. It looks absolutely stunning. And then you have the standard models, the 16 and the 16 Plus, which have a bit of a thicker bezel, but it's still quite good. Now, what if we had the super thin bezels on all models? And not only that, but also no notch. Well, according to these concept renders, this could be what the iPhone 17 Pro models could look like. Personally, I think this looks incredible. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I think this would definitely be one of the biggest design changes from the iPhone 16 to the 17. Because Apple has been keeping the same design ever since the iPhone 10 back in 2017 with the notch and the thicker bottom bezel. Now, speaking of the notch, number 7 is the double hole punch. So what if instead of having the dynamic island, we had 2 separate cutouts for the front camera and the Face ID sensors? Well, this is what that could look like. Personally, I'm not a fan of this, because I feel like if you put 2 holes there, it's going to ruin the symmetry of the front of the iPhone. Now don't get me wrong, I'm all for having symmetrical bezels all around and no notch. But if Apple is going to do this, they need to implement dynamic island somehow. Number 6 is dynamic island in the middle. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of this, because I feel like if you place the island in the middle, it's going to get in the way of the status bar icons. And also, if you think about it, when you're playing games or watching videos, you're most likely going to see this black bar covering some important parts of the content. Now, I'm sure Apple can find a workaround for this, but personally, I feel like they should keep the dynamic island where it is now, or maybe move it slightly to the right so that it doesn't cover any important parts of the content. No. 5 is a slider for muting the phone. Now, this is something that I actually really like. So currently, if you want to mute your iPhone, you have to press the volume down button 5 times. You press it once to access the mute switch, then you have to slide it over again to unmute it. This is quite a cumbersome process, especially if you're in a movie theater or in class and you want to quickly mute your phone. So having a physical slider that you can just quickly swipe left or right would be very useful. In fact, the iPhone 10 had this, but for some reason Apple removed it with the iPhone 11. No. 4 is a color-changing frame. Now, this is actually not too far off from reality because the iPhone 16 Pro models will actually have a color-changing frame. The difference is that it will go from silver to gold and back to silver, whereas in these concepts, it will be able to change to any color of the rainbow. And also, we'll be able to choose the colors ourselves. No. 3 is an under-display Touch ID. So ever since the iPhone 10, Apple has been using Face ID to unlock the phone. Then with the iPhone 13, they introduced Touch ID on the standby button. But what if we had Touch ID built into the actual display itself? Well, according to these concept renders, this is what it could look like. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this, because I feel like this is gone. Nah. Take up valuable screen real estate. Also, I feel like it's gone. Nah, be quite large. And it's gone, nah, look a little bit odd. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. No. 2 is wireless charging built into the MagSafe cases. So right now, if you want to charge your MagSafe case, you either have to plug it in using a lightning cable, or you have to use a wireless charger. But what if we had wireless charging built directly into the case itself? So we could just snap it onto the wireless charger, and it would start charging the case and the phone at the same time. And no, one is a folding iPhone. So ever since Samsung released their first foldable phone, the Galaxy Fold, Apple has been rumored to work on their very own foldable iPhone. According to Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple is aiming to release a foldable iPhone by 2025. And judging by these concept renders, it looks like it's going to be a pretty solid product. It's going to have slim bezels all around, no notch. It's going to have a dual camera setup on the back, probably using the same camera module as the iPhone 17 Pro. And overall, it's just going to look like a very sleek and sexy foldable phone. But yeah, those are 8 iPhone 17 concept designs that will blow your mind. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments below. And if you want to see more iPhone 17 concept designs, click the video on screen. Now, I hope you're having an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.